Hello, everybody. Recently, I was able to go through the files of the unknown but relatively secret SCP Foundation. And so, I bring you the tale of SCP-456-9, also known as They Pushed Her. The tale of They Pushed Her is a unique one. It's a tale of what happens when bullying goes too far. In fact, the SCP was actually known for quite a long time, but was never given an object count due to it saying to be only a chainmail. But this chainmail was discovered to have, well, consequences. Throughout the video, I will only call this SCP as Carmen Winston as it's called. The story of Carmen Winston begins when a family moves to another country within the United States. Carmen Winston was a 15-year-old girl who had no friends. This is unfortunate for many people, but out of nowhere, a friend group decided to come towards her and to be her friend. But unfortunately, these people were not really her friend. They were bullies. So, after Carmen Winston overheard them talking about her, she confronted them and they simply just bullied her. One time during a fire alarm or fire drill, they came out, and as the teachers were counting the students back in, the bullies thought it would be funny to push Carmen Winston into a manhole. This decision would lead to the birth of an SCP, but we'll get to that a bit later. The SCP was then born after they pushed her. Thus another name of this SCP as They Pushed Her. Unfortunately, she died when she landed. When police were called, they went down to the sewer and discovered an unfortunate fate. They discovered that when she fell, she hit her head on one of the ladders, which ripped her face off, and she fell into the sewer. Unfortunately, they were able to retrieve her body, but it was, well, sewage water, so it was also unfortunate smell. But when the police interviewed everyone, they eventually interviewed the bullies. They said she fell on accident, so they were never charged with their crime. A few days later, a boy from that was at the school was given a chainmail. This chainmail read, "Hi, my name is Carmen Winston. I am like you, but I am dead. For you see, a few days ago, I was pushed at my school, and when the police interviewed the students, they eventually interviewed the bully. The bullies said that I fell on accident, so thus justice was never given to me." Unfortunate. But the good thing is that you can help spread my story. The story of me. A few days earlier, the exact same day I was pushed, I sent this to two boys. One of them ignored it, so when he went to the bathroom, he heard my laughter, and I dragged him down the toilet. The other boy, however, decided it was a good thing, and instead of sending it to 5 people as it's recommended by me, he sent it to 10. He is now guarded for the rest of his life by me, and I will make sure that everyone he comes in contact with will be safe. The boy, well, probably like the rest of us, ignored it. But on the day but later on that day, he went to the bathroom. And just like how the bully that Carmen Winston said never decided to not listen to her, well, the same thing happened to her. One of the bullies got the same message as what I told you earlier. The same fate happened to her as the two other boys. So, when the SCP Foundation heard about this, they thought it was just a murder, since there were some obvious signs of a break-in, because later on the day, a break-in happened at both of the houses. Until 2022,